Okay, welcome to Split Your Head podcast. I'm your host, Bob, along with our hosts, Jasmine and Jeremiah, aka Jerry. We've got a topic today that we're pretty stoked about. We're going to be talking about German born splatter director Olaf Ittenbach, a man who doesn't get enough praise, but who's had a wild career. And we're going to just talk about it, go through his filmography, his highs, his lows, whatever. Yeah. So, guys, you've seen, I feel like you've both seen more of his films than me, which is kind of surprising because I thought I was such a huge fan of his. But yeah. So, what are your favorites that you've discovered thus far?
Go ahead, Jasmine.
Me? Yeah. I think Promutos is probably my favorite that I've seen so far.
Nice.
I thought it had like the best story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it had like it was a little bit too long, but I thought it had like a solid, interesting plot. Or yeah.
Did you
something like
watch did you watch there's like a recent unearthed Blu-ray that has the
No.
director's cut? Oh, okay.
Well,
So you
I don't
watched
know.
I think
Yeah.
the shorter version then.
It was 2 hours about.
Yeah, okay, so I think the one that they put out recently might be just over or around 2 hours, and there's like obvious CGI added in, maybe in the beginning of it. But I remember because I got the Blu-ray and I wanted to watch it dubbed at first, and then I discovered that the original cut is the only way to watch it dubbed, so I had to do the subtitles. And you know what? I don't regret it.
Yeah, I can't do dubs.
No,
It's
that's
so
totally
hard for
fair.
me. Yeah.
Unless it's Italian, like Italian movies, I can do dub no problem. But any other country, like no way.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I watched it on Tubi actually, and so I don't know what
Mm,
version is on there.
okay.
But it was around 2 hours, and I thought that's quite long for a like underground splatter gore film.
Yeah, yeah,
Like all
yeah.
the
You
rest of his
gotta.
films are like maximum 120.
Yeah, yeah. It should have been 80 minutes. Really, I mean, that's
Yeah.
like the ideal length. But
But I still
yeah,
felt like I was more entertained during this one that was two
okay.
hours than I was in like most of his other films that are like 80
Oh,
minutes.
true. Wow.
So
Okay.
even though I was like, if this would have been a little bit shorter, it would have
A
been yeah.
masterpiece.
No,
A
yeah.
splatter. A splatter piece.
Yeah.
How about you, Jeremiah?
I agree. No.
I was like, it is your favorite one, or
Isn't it?
and yeah, I mean, out of all it's not my favorite from Olaf, but it's definitely up there. Promutos.
Hmm.
I think my favorite one, and it's probably just because I saw it. It was the first one I watched, but Burning Moon. It's probably.
Yes.
I know it's probably like what everyone picks, but yeah, it's hard not to fall in love with that one. It's one of his most popular ones for a
So
reason.
good. You've seen that, right, Jasmine?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
think
Just
me
making
and
sure.
Sarah reviewed it for Bitches of Horror before,
Okay.
or maybe we just watched it. I can't remember, but yeah, we watched it. I
Yeah.
watched it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, the highlight for me for that film, and spoiler alert. So if anyone
Oh, true.
doesn't want to hear
Yeah.
this, but I'm gonna say it right now. So at the very end, where the villain has the woman pinned down, I think her name is Julia, and right before he kills her, the detective shows up. His head explodes. He shoots him with like a 9mm pistol, and the guy's head explodes. And all over Julia's mouth, she's on the floor, like guts and everything falling into her
Right.
mouth. And while she's sitting on the ground, traumatized, the cop is just like, "It's okay, don't get up." He's like, I did only what any concerned citizen should do," and it cuts back to her. She's just like, so yeah, it's so good. I think he's like, "Hey, asshole." Blows the guy's head
Right.
up.
Right. That's the ending.
Like-
Okay. When you said the ending, I thought you meant like the actual end of the entire film.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Um,
first
the
story.
first story, right? Yeah. Because the ending of the entire film, like the ending of the second story, is one of the most incredible hell sequences I've ever seen. It's just so over the top, so like fantastical, and so brutal too. Like it reminds me of like something you'd see in a guinea pig movie, but then it's also like Hellraiser, like Nightbreed, you know?
There's some Clive Barker like vibes there. You know what I mean?
Maybe okay, maybe, and this is kind of a weird comparison, but a dash of like Power Rangers villains. Do you know what I mean? Like Lord Zed or something, or you know Power Rangers, right? Jasmine?
Yeah, I dressed up
Yeah,
as a
okay.
pink Power Ranger when I was like 8.
What? That's amazing. So Jasmine, think like the Power Rangers villains. Like there is sort of that quality to the like demons in hell a little bit, maybe is
Yeah,
that a
yeah.
stretch?
No, no, no.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
okay,
I
okay,
feel like,
okay.
I'm not sure if he took inspiration from things. I mean, of course, everyone does, but I mean,
Yeah.
because I felt a little bit of Hellraiser in Prometheus as well. And
Mm.
the same, I also, for some reason, I got like Nightmare on Elm Street vibes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like,
In Prometheus?
yeah.
Okay, cool,
Um,
cool.
there were like some scenes that just reminded me of like the dream sequences, sort of reminded me of like where he
Mm.
like opened a door once and then he was like in a dream, and that really reminded me of like Nightmare on Elm Street when they kind of like go into the dreamland without realizing it, and it kind of had like the
Right,
same
right.
colors and stuff. And there was
Mm.
like a poster in the back with Freddy on it, so I was like, oh, maybe he likes. I mean, everyone likes Nightmare on Elm Street, but
Of
maybe,
course,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe he took a
I
little
think
bit of
it's
inspiration
almost
from that.
I think that's definitely the case. I mean, it's clear that Olaf has is like such a huge horror fan, you know, and he's really like consumed as much of the 80s horror as possible. So I also feel like that's unavoidable. Like if you're doing dream sequences, any kind of, detours into some kind of flashback or something, it's always gonna have that Nightmare on Elm Street mark on it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think
No,
that's
absolutely not.
that's fantastic,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, The Burning Moon, if I'm not mistaken, is his second film. And so his first film, Black Past, have you guys seen that one yet? Jasmine, you said you were looking into it today.
Yeah. I watched it.
Oh, okay. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it more than some of his other
Oh,
films.
oh yeah. Okay.
Uh, yeah, it was pretty good. Okay.
Pretty okay. Okay. So since you
I
just
didn't
so
hate it.
Jerry, oh, of course not. You
Yeah.
can't really like hate an Olaf Ittenbach film unless it's like post 2000s output or something. We'll get to
Yeah,
that later.
yeah. I was like, that's a bold
But
statement.
you guys, so you both watched Black Past recently. I think the last time I watched it was maybe a year or two ago. Um, but there's one specific moment that really stood out to me that has nothing to do with gore. It's the wedgie pulling scene. Do you remember that? It's in a classroom, and the way the camera is sitting, somebody stands up, and you just see them pull a wedgie out, and it's just like, what? You didn't catch that, eh?
I don't think I caught that. A wedgie scene. Now I'm gonna scrub back through and find it.
So Jasmine,
But
you didn't
there's a
see
lot of
that?
stuff like that in some of his films, like
Yeah.
where I'm not really sure if it's like if his films are meant to be serious or not. Like some of them, I get
Yeah.
it. Like they're supposed to be, but some of them, I'm like, is it serious? And then like something happens,
Hmm.
like in Black Past, where they're talking about the, oh, what was it called? Now I should have wrote it down. Something like fist wiener or something like that. What was it called? Fistworth or
Sounds
fi-
that's about
no,
right.
like a bratwurst, right?
Yeah.
So it was like Fistwurst 3 or something. Let's watch the new,
Okay.
yeah, Fistwurst 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it like some German joke, or is it like actually like a fisting movie?
Right.
And it's just like
Ooh.
this thing throughout the film where they're like, let's watch number 2. Oh no, wait, number 3's just come out. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, yeah, I get that it's like gore and like maybe not all, like a lot of splatter is like funny,
Right,
but
right.
somehow sometimes his timing, I don't know what to call it, but like the collaboration between serious and comedy kind of,
Mm. Yeah. I totally know what you
yeah.
mean. I think what it is that like the gore is so intense. It doesn't really feel funny even if it looks like kind of low budget or sloppy or whatever. But then all the other stuff has like a goofiness to it, and it doesn't feel like a horror comedy necessarily. It
Yeah,
just feels like a goofy then scary horror film. Yeah, I don't know, but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like in Bermudos, there's another scene too that I don't know, man. Maybe he's a genius.
I think he might
Um,
be, yeah.
yeah, where they go down to the cellar and they see all these dead bodies, like just kind of strewn about.
Mhm.
Um, and there's one dead body in particular that's just kind of like, okay, it's kind of looks like this. It's against the wall, right? And it's like,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
right. So but
So
it like it freezes on that face, and
yeah.
then cuts back to the people, and they're like, I think that's him, and they pull out a photo of the guy before he died, and it's him, like with the eyes real big, like, but
Oh my
not as a
god.
charred skeleton.
Right.
um it's, oh my god, I laughed so hard at that scene,
Yeah, it's
like.
amazing.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, I think he is trying to make comic horror films, comical horror films. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, they're supposed to be funny for sure, and maybe that's what makes it more palatable if you think about like how harsh the gore can go sometimes. Because I've shown Burning Moon to friends in the past who love shot on video. They love gory horror films, and they're just like something is a little too mean spirited about this for me. You know.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's like the best part of all his films, I guess. I mean, I guess that's why what he's
I
famous
agree.
for is his special effects.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, so good.
But
Yeah, they really are.
maybe I'm just too desensitized to like
You might
feel
be, yeah.
feel that.
You're too far gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I like still enjoyed like all of it. I really enjoy his, especially, and I think in most of them, he kind of usually has a scene where they like cut up a whole body and then someone sticks their hands in it and like pulls out a bunch of guts. Like that happens in a lot
Ooh.
of his films, and I love
Yeah, that's always fun.
how when they pull it out, like that texture that they've used, even though it's like definitely not atomic. No, wait, can't say it.
Oh, anatomically correct.
Anatomically
Yeah.
correct. I was like,
No.
yeah,
But
but it's just so fun. I just really love it.
yeah. Well, I think that's what I love about the gore that he does. He finds a way to be really mean and nasty and disturbing, but also like as you said, Jasmine, like not anatomically correct. Like it still feels like there's this slight goofiness to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's weird how like if you think of something like Dead Alive, right? If you compare that to Olaf's films, like what is it about how that film is a lot, easier to kind of digest for a lot of people, like a lot more people can get into that. They can find it funnier and maybe not as disturbing.
What, Dead Alive?
Yeah.
Because it's not German.
I think it's
What's that?
Because
it's
it's
not
not
German.
German.
Oh, it's not Oh,
Like I just
that's
mean
a good
like
point. Shit. I didn't
German
even think
gore
about that.
films have a certain,
Mean streak to them.
not mean streak, but a certain style that isn't
Right.
isn't, it's an acquired taste, I feel like, anyways. You don't like the
Yeah,
first Gore
totally.
film you watch wouldn't be Olaf Ittenbach's films usually. I mean, maybe for
Right.
some people, but like you would kind of ease into it with some other stuff, like Dead
Yeah.
Alive or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it like even like his films remind me about the style of like necromantic. Like there's
Totally.
similar styles to it, and it has that sort of German
Mm.
feel. And you can feel a dark side to Olaf's films more than you can feel it
Yeah.
for Jackson's films. Like
Hmm.
I feel even like with Bad Taste and Meet the Feebles and stuff, even though Meet the Feebles is really dark, it's still like
Oh
fun.
yeah.
It's a lot more
Hell
fun
yeah.
than
Yeah.
what Ethan Bach's films are. Like it's I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just
Hmm.
I can feel more of a underground gore hound in Olaf.
Yeah.
I see him watching like sort of like the extreme stuff. I don't really see Peter Jackson watching the extreme stuff.
Well, I remember, I think I either heard it in an interview or read it in an interview with Peter Jackson where he talked about how, like, he started doing genre films, like horror movies, because you could do a lot for little money. And so for
Yeah.
him, it was like, oh, well, I don't have like a Hollywood budget. I'm not doing Lord of the Rings yet. So I'll just do like a splatter film and I can put so much creativity and entertainment value in these effects and they won't cost me that much, you know?
Yeah, and
And so I
horror is a
think
lot more forgiving.
forgiving, yeah,
I mean,
but
not
I think
forgiving, but that's a bad word maybe, but like horror fans are kind of like used to the low budget stuff.
true,
It's not
yeah,
the same
yeah,
thing as if you have like a drama film that's low budget. Like you can't really get away
yeah,
with bad acting in like a serious drama film. You have to have
no,
someone who can act.
Mm.
But you can get away with
right,
shit acting in a
I
horror
don't know.
film.
I don't
yeah.
know. The
Oh.
Room was a drama, and it made me cry. So
Wow, damn.
Was it a drama?
he's
he has Tommy Wiseau. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
he's finally got a
someone
new
would.
movie coming out
Yeah, I
soon. I think
saw
it's
that.
like the shark something shark, street
Yeah.
shark or something. I don't know. Jurassic
I
Wait,
Shark.
with this
I haven't
is it?
seen The Room.
What?
I
What?
mean,
No. Because everyone talks about it and I know I'm going to fucking hate it. Like I know I'm going to hate it and
yeah,
I'm just like I just can't put myself through it and because people like it because it's so bad and it's
yeah.
like hyped up, I'm already on that level where I know that I'm going to hate it just
It's
because
not
other
gonna reach
people
Mm.
love
anywhere
it.
close to the expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But do you like so bad it's good kind of movies,
I
Jasmine?
do, but I have a I'm yeah, I have a hard time when things are overhyped. So
Sure. Yeah, I get
I
that.
rarely watch things that people have overhyped if I've not watched it like before it got to that level.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so you'd rather discover the gem that like hasn't been seen by a million people and overhyped, as you said. You know, I can
Yeah,
appreciate that.
maybe. Yeah,
Hmm.
I guess.
Well, I
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
say Ryan's Babe. That to me is better than The Room.
I've never seen that. Ryan's
You gotta
Babe.
see. It's a Canadian early 2000s. It's like an odyssey. It is so bizarre. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like a road trip, romance. It's a spy movie. The acting is terrible. It's dubbed. There's a part where a character says two different people's lines. Like two people talk and one guy's moving his mouth that whole time.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's amazing. I don't
Yeah.
want to overhype it, but yeah, if you are in the mood for something along those
Yeah,
lines, skip The
maybe.
Room, go straight for Ryan's Babe.
I can't even think of a film that's like so bad that it's good in my that I like at the moment.
Hmm.
So bad.
Maybe it's not for you.
I'm trying to think of like so bad it's good films, but maybe
Hmm.
they're
I'm thinking. Have you guys ever seen Vanishing Point? Amityville, Vanishing Point.
No, you mentioned this
Did I
when we
at
talked to
on a
Amy. I think, yeah.
Well, okay,
Been there,
that's
done
Yeah.
okay. So,
that.
so old like '80s action, like Ninja 3, for
Oh, the
example.
domination? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
like that type
Okay.
of bad. It's good. I like.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I get you.
maybe people like that for real. I'm not sure. I mean, I like
No,
it.
no. That's like a legit cheesy what the fuck movie.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's just like,
and like
whoa.
Showdown in Little Tokyo, like those types of like
Oh,
I
I love
don't know
that
that one.
shitty
movie.
action films that are fun that I like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So we talked about the best. Where Bob, did you
Of
say your
Olaf.
favorite one?
Oh,
Mine,
the Burning Moon
Okay.
yeah.
is just,
Yeah.
it's, I think I also love it too because it's a very punk rock movie.
How about this? Top three.
How about what's the worst
Top three.
one?
Um, but yeah, I mean, after he did those three films that I think we all agree are the best,
I don't
what
know. I'm
happened?
trying to think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Burning Moon. What was
The
that? What
same
was that one
thing
you
that
said?
happened to Permutos at the end of the movie.
Sorry. What's
What
that, Jasmine?
What were the Black Past you said? Yeah, maybe.
Black Pass, The Burning Moon, Premutos.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah,
I
probably.
I don't know if this is gonna land me in hot water or just you guys are gonna be like what? But I was explaining this today to a friend that Olaf reminds me of Weezer, in that Weezer's first two albums are like everyone agrees great if you're a fan of the band, and then just like what happened, they kept going, and I don't know if you two are Weezer
Only
fans.
the only thing I know of Weezer. No, I know some Weezer songs, but like I know of them because of that. Oh God, I'm dating myself. There was this like CD-ROM that came with Windows 95 PCs back in the day that had that had
Okay.
a, that had this Happy Days video.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Buddy
Holly, yeah.
Holly. So yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I like them. Oh God, just edit that out.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
What's wrong with Windows
No,
95?
no,
That's cool. You can leave it.
no. That's good. I love it. Yeah. And Jasmine, they're not metal enough for you.
I know who they are, and like I've heard their
No,
music.
no. I
Yeah,
think yeah,
but it's
they're
just
huge.
yeah, I don't listen to
Yeah.
them. But I don't hate people who listen to them, I think.
Okay. You're not sure. You
Yeah.
Yeah, the
gotta.
jury's definitely still out.
But yeah, I mean, the comparison was just that the magic was there the first few films, and then what happened after that?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he like move to the States or something? Because his movies started to be in English.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the English ones. Which ones
Or
did you
did
see
I
that were in English?
accidentally watch them in English? No, because there's definitely No
Possibly.
Reason is in English. Legend of Hell is in English.
Oh,
Um,
no reason. I have the Blu-ray, and I think I watch in German.
I think the original language is English though, because I have the
Really?
DVD, and at first I put it on in
Oh.
English, and I was like, Garden of Love as well.
Okay.
So, because I was
Interesting.
like, oh, I don't want to watch it dubbed. But then when I like left it on, and it was like synced to the actual mouth.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Weird. I
or
must
am
be
I?
remembering that wrong. Um, yeah, I thought No Reason was German. Um,
Maybe I'm mixed. Maybe No Reason is German. No,
I don't know. Did you like that one?
No Reason.
Yeah.
I like the gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest
Okay.
not so
You
much.
haven't
Like I watched
you
Garden of
have
Love, and I was like, it probably can't get much worse than this. And then I watched No
Oh,
Reason, and I was like,
really? Okay, so I do need to see
Legend of
Garden of
Hell
Love
is
because
the
I didn't
worst
mind
though.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
What was the other one? There was another of love.
Savage Love. There's
Yeah, that
that.
one was the worst one, and not
Okay.
even
I saw
close.
that one. Yeah.
no, I haven't seen that one.
That's the one you reviewed, right?
Yeah.
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 Jeez.
The problem with that was it tried so hard to be a comedy and it was not funny, but it was like almost trying to be like Deadpool or something. like it was just really laying on these like super sassy kind of like witty one liners, and every time that someone said one of these things, you're just like, oh. And then it was super misogynistic and sleazy, but then also like a guy would, grope this woman, and then the woman would beat the shit out of him, and you're just like, okay, where's the joke? I don't understand. It was so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that one, Jasmine?
No, I didn't see that one, but
No.
I do
Lucky
feel like
you.
I'm not sure if there is like I know it's like a different time, but some of the like scenes with the women in some of the films, I'm like, a little bit.
Okay.
I'm
So,
not that much of like a PC person, but sometimes
yeah.
I'm like, do you really have to film her from like the vag up? Like, what?
You're thinking no reason,
Yeah,
because
I
when
was
I
like,
watched I wrote this in my review, and when I showed No Reason to my friend recently, I like made a joke about it. I was just like, give this woman a fucking blanket already. She's naked this whole goddamn movie for no reason.
ha,
Like she's fully naked. They're showing everything. Why? She's robbing a
yeah,
bank at one scene, and it's like, okay, just like give her a shawl or something. She must be freezing
yeah.
cold,
And it's
you
like
know?
I'm not against like the nakedness per se, but it's like how it's shot
Yeah.
that gets to me. Like if
Oh,
it's
totally.
there's a difference
Yeah, it's
between
pretty.
like
It's
being
kind of
naked and then
creepy.
like running out, but then there's another like filming it from like underneath, sort of like it's just like yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's. But I like the sort of like steps in that film. Like I like I thought the color thing was a bit confusing. They were like, this color is the color of
Oh,
jealousy, or this color or whatever it
right.
was. It was like color
Yeah.
theory or something. Um,
Yeah.
but I kind of liked how it like jumped from like the different. I don't know if it's like purgatory or something, but there was like different steps of it until
Like
she got
different
to
layers of
white to
hell.
become or different which what if it was whatever it was going to be. But and I
Mm.
liked the sort of like tentacle mask thing that the dude had.
Oh, yeah, there were some great
Yeah.
moments. Did you see it, Jerry?
No reason.
No
No, I didn't
reason,
see
no.
that one.
So funny story. The first time I watched it, I was texting with like an old friend, and I just was randomly saying to him like, "Oh, I'm watching this really crazy like gory horror movie." And at this point, there hadn't really been like any kind of sex or weird kinky stuff, and so I was like, "Oh, I got to show you a clip," and I went to go film it, not knowing what was coming next, and it immediately
The
cut
BDSM
to,
club.
yes, the dude bent over getting his ass whipped, and I'm just filming it. So it's basically like a shot of a guy's ass and me going, "What?" in the background. And then I ended up sending that clip. I was like, well, enjoy. That's what I'm watching tonight. This
Yeah.
guy getting his ass whipped.
I thought it was, yeah, I don't know. It was very uneven film. Like some of the scenes were like really good and gory, and but then they had that
Hmm.
autopsy scene that was just like really bad. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
They were like six like doctors around the table, and they were like opening her up. And first of all, you could see her like breathing. It wasn't even like a little bit like it was like
oh,
full on, stomach going out and in. You could like see everything. It was just like she's dead, but she was just like breathing a lot.
that's the ending, right? That's what you're
Yeah,
talking
I think
about.
this. I think yeah, and I think yeah, it's towards the
Hmm.
end. And
I
then like they
actually
cut her
thought that was
open.
kind of powerful.
They cut her
I thought
open,
it was good.
and it was like it felt like she had like a cardboard, like a cardboard sheet on her, and they had just like
Oh,
put a
okay.
few bits on there. It just didn't look.
Yeah.
I know, like I'm fine with like bad, like gory stuff, but it
Yeah.
was too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. Yeah,
And then like
it's an interesting
the
film.
police woman as well was just like standing there going, and she looked like nothing like a police, and she was I don't know. It was just like
She
a
was in a
really weird.
uniform, right?
She was in like a shirt and like had glasses on or something, but it was
Oh,
just like
okay. Yeah.
yeah, it was a lot for something, and yeah, just some of the characters and like the acting is bad.
Yeah. It's good to know where you put no reason because I didn't mind it, and I think then Garden of Love, I think I could maybe get into that film then. I do want to watch that
Maybe,
now.
yeah. I feel like both
Yeah.
of these
Yeah,
films would have been better for me if I watched them with someone. I think
yeah.
because I was alone,
Oh,
it was like, or maybe like my mindset at the time watching them or whatever. But I think if I had
mm,
like a drink and I was watching it with a friend, I would have enjoyed them a lot more than watching
yeah.
them alone.
I could I could see you liking Garden of Love.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
really want me to like
it's
Garden of Love?
yeah. I think you do like it. You just don't know it yet. It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Couple more watches.
Yeah.
Jerry, you've watched all of his films, sober pretty much, right? Like you're not really a drinker or anything, so it's worked for you.
Now he is. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't have Olaf
No, I
on
watched
this
all of them
episode.
sober. Maybe not Burning Moon, but the others I've watched all sober.
Yeah. I think I've watched all of them sober and then I've watched them again like with a drink or something, or little puff of a little weed, that kind of thing. But yeah, and they work either way. They're entertaining films.
Yeah.
I could see someone who's not accustomed to that like level of budget or level of quality, maybe needing a beer or two to kind of loosen up. But yeah, I mean, if you're a horror fan, you've seen something like this before, so it's not crazy to show someone
Hmm.
this stuff. But
You know, it's weird. I'm looking at Olaf's IMDb credit
mhm.
and his page. He is an actor and director known for, and what would you think they'd put?
Oh wait,
Special effects.
Blood Rain, right?
Oh, the movie, you mean? Oh,
The
okay.
movies. Yeah, they got him for Beyond the Limits,
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen that one.
5 seasons, and then Blood Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I would think that he would
But
they
Blood
would put
Rain's
him
the
for
biggest
like
film, so
it's the
Yeah.
biggest budget thing he's worked on. That movie was probably one of the shittiest movies I've seen from the early
I
that's
I haven't
Uwe
2000s.
seen
Boll for
it.
you.
What happened?
That's Uwe Boll for you, the director.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I need to correct myself because it wasn't No Reason that I thought was worse than Garden of Love.
Okay.
It was Dard Divorce.
Oh no, really? I
Yeah.
wanted to see that.
Yeah.
What's
Dard
wrong with
Divorce.
that one?
It's not good. The acting, I
Try
don't know. And plus there's
you
like a
okay.
child in it there's children in it, and then they're like,
Oh
there's
no.
already bad acting, and then you put like really bad children acting in it.
Oh, but the kids are like he doesn't do anything weird with kids.
Not like, I mean, they do some gore stuff, I think. They don't,
Okay, but the kids are like having a good time.
yeah.
That's why. Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm always
So,
kind of like, I don't like seeing kids weird stuff happen to kids in movies. Where you're like,
Yeah.
I think that kid had a bad day. I don't think they should have gotten that kid to do that. You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
never thought
Like,
that way before.
Having a
I don't
kid
know if I think
yourself.
about kids that way. I think about babies that way when when after I had kids, when they like have
oh,
babies that
okay,
scream on film. I'm like, they did
yeah,
that in the guinea pig, American guinea pig, bouquet of
mm,
flesh and
yeah.
gore, where they have like a baby on the table and it's just like screaming, and then they leave it there, and I was like, if that baby rolls off the table, just sort of like mother instinct like kicked
Oh
in. I was like,
God,
just someone pick up the goddamn baby.
right, right. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it didn't really cross my mind, but more because I was watching that and being like, okay, that's all that happens to the baby. Okay, thank God, like that's it. Okay, phew,
Like, I'm
because it could have
fine with
been
like
way worse.
baby gore. Like if it's doesn't that
Sure,
doesn't matter to
absolutely.
me, but it's just like when they have babies that like cry and then I'm just like,
Yeah,
ooh. I mean,
yeah,
maybe probably like want something. Should probably give the baby that thing,
Yeah,
whatever it
I
is.
get that. There's did you guys ever see, was it Murder Set Pieces?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because there was that scene, and I think this is the one that shocked my friend and I the most, where he holds the baby up and it's like screaming and shrieking. You're like, oh geez. Like I don't think this is like method acting anymore. Like I think this kid's freaked out, you know?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't like
But
that with this, but
yeah. Okay, so Olaf is, he's giving them ice cream after the takes and stuff, like
probably.
he treated them well. Okay, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. But Dark Divorce is that about a divorce?
Yes.
Okay. What does Dard mean? Do you know?
It was some sort of word in another language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
If it was like a
Hmm.
something
I'm
spiritual.
looking it up now. Google Translate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad. I wanted to see that one. It sounded cool. I mean, the thing with Olaf is,
I mean, if you
even
want
if his
war,
well, that's the thing, right?
yeah.
It's like he does deliver on that front. And I am compelled to continue watching all of his films. I think I want to see all of them.
Mm.
Even if it like breaks me down at some point. I mean,
Ah,
Savage Love is probably the worst, right?
now I
Wait,
kind of
what
want
did
to
you
watch
say was
it.
the worst? Oh, you haven't seen it. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
watch it, Jasmine, because then you can report back and let
Yeah.
us know, because I think you've seen the most out of the three
The
of
most
us.
shit films of anyone. No,
Yeah.
no, maybe not. I don't know. Jeremiah, you're pretty. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty masochistic when it comes to what movies I choose. Oftentimes.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
sometimes it's not about.
Mm.
I remember before when we used to get in a lot of films, like indie productions, and we would watch them, and it was like,
Mm.
you watch them, but you kind of don't want to say anything like too bad about them because
I was telling Bob
yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
yeah, I heard about
I
that.
know that I know people that have they've tried their best and they don't have a big budget, and
Sure.
for making
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
films myself, like it's like yeah, you do your best.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
totally.
Shit ain't easy.
But if it's like a
Yeah.
big production and it's shit, then I have no problem shitting on it.
Yeah, yeah. If
Ah,
I,
I totally agree. Yeah.
yeah, you got to take all that stuff into account, man. And I think that's why we like a lot of SOV films
Mm-hmm.
that look like they cost maybe $20, shot with their best friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's passion in it.
Yeah.
If they're having fun, usually I can feed off that energy and I have a good time too.
Yeah. Have you guys
But
seen Blood Lake?
mm-mm.
No? Jasmine, have you seen Blood
No.
Lake? Okay. That is an SOV slasher that is almost literally just friends hanging out at a cottage. Like there's barely any kills, and it's incredible. It's so good.
Really?
Yeah, you have to see, because it feels so pure. Like it feels
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, they really just put the camcorder down and they're just like having a beer. And there's also this really funny character who's, I think, maybe like 12 or 13, and he's got such a foul mouth, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna try to sleep with that girl later. It's like he's so crass. He really makes the film. It's worth a watch.
Okay.
Yeah. Blood Lake. Yeah.
Blood Lake. I'm
Mm.
Yeah.
checking it out right now.
But yeah, when you mentioned Beyond the Limits, how he's most well known for that, Olaf. I think he actually won maybe the only ever award he's ever won for that film. It's in my notes here. Uh, yeah, it's called the Golden Glib Award. He won it at the Weekend of Fear in Nuremberg, Germany, in 2003. The Golden Glib Award is the audience award for best film of the whole festival. So it's interesting how that's maybe his most like critically acclaimed. I guess you could technically say that. None of us has seen it. It seems like it's hard to track down, and that's the
Yeah.
frustrating thing about him, is like his films are so hard to track down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
for us, Jasmine, like we're in North America, and yeah, like we pretty much can get just whatever Unearthed has put out. I got Black Past as like an imported Italian DVD. But what like have you found his? Do you find his films like relatively easier
Well,
to find? Then do you think?
we had a Swedish distributor who actually did distribute a lot of his films.
Oh,
And
cool.
then there's like oh god, is it Diabolic? I think they are European.
I think they're
Everyone
American.
else.
Diabolic,
No, wait, who
or
am I
what am I?
thinking
Oh,
of? I'm thinking, oh my god.
uh
Yeah, now I feel really bad now.
oh.
Black Lava.
Uh-oh. Oh, Black Lava.
Maybe
Okay.
they
I've
have
definitely
some
heard of
stuff.
them.
Yeah, maybe
Hmm.
they'll have it.
Do you know where they're based out of? I've definitely heard of them.
I think they're
They sound
German.
familiar. They're German? Okay.
I
Because
think.
they do like a lot of extreme horror, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did
okay,
like
cool. I'm
Vomit Gore, I think as well, and
oh,
yeah, they've done a lot.
okay.
And they were shut down for a while, and then they resurfaced.
Oh, do you know why?
No, I don't know. Probably like time and
Hmm.
money, I guess.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
for
No.
okay. Okay. Crazy.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
But they
Yeah, I
Hey,
have
have
Bob.
stuff. But there's another one. I can't think of it right now. But
hmm.
yeah.
I was gonna say, you said you have your notes. Do you have
Yeah.
any trivia for any of the movies? Because I got something hilarious. You gotta hear.
No.
So apparently for Burning Moon,
Yeah.
Olaf did all his own stunts because naturally they can't afford a stuntman,
Wow.
and they emphasized this part.
Okay.
Reportedly, he hit his testicles several times during
Oh,
filming.
no. Oh, wow. It's just funny that that was like recorded. They needed to make
Yeah,
note of that. Okay.
this guy is
um
nothing if not dedicated to the
there
craft.
I lied. I do have one. I don't know if you consider this trivia, but it is kind of funny is that before making Black Pass, prior to that, he was supposedly a dental technician.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the German directors are like this. Him and Marion Dora. I don't know if you know who
What?
Marion Dora is.
Wait,
A doctor.
of what? Do you
He's
know
like
of
a
what?
doctor. I think I'm not sure if he's a surgeon or he's like for real,
Okay.
like educated
Okay.
doctor, practicing doctor.
That's
That I
wild,
think that's why
really.
Wow.
also he's pretty um what's it called? Like secretive about who he is because no one like really
Yeah.
knows who he is. I mean, of course, people who film
Huh.
with him, but like he keeps his identity really.
Wow.
But he
Interesting. Okay. Huh.
values his privacy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
guards it, I should say.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Jasmine, do you fuck with that guy? Do you like his movies?
I haven't seen all of them, but I really like Cannibal. I think Cannibal is
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
Yeah,
That's the one I've been wanting to check out. I feel
yeah,
like that would be most up my alley.
yeah.
I've only seen one short film of his, and I didn't really know what to make of it.
Yeah, I want to see that Melancholy of the
Yeah, I
Angel.
have it. I
Oh,
just
do you?
haven't watched it
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Maybe
I
we.
He
yeah,
might be maybe
I
the next
prefer
one.
the sort of more serious ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um like that's why I like his films cuz he's pretty serious about his films.
Mm.
Like they're
Okay.
dark, but there's also like some sort of like emotional. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Element to it,
Yeah.
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 Okay. That sounds. It sounds heavy. You know, you gotta kind of like steel yourself before watching
Yeah,
that
you
stuff.
do. It
Melon.
does. All of
Yeah.
them. It's crazy. Some
I
of those
think. I
long.
think my problem is that like I love stuff like that and I totally respect it. I think when it gets that disturbing and that heavy, I just start to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, "Oh man.
Is it
Why are you doing
like a
that?"
defense kind of thing? You think?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of look for those films that make me feel bad. Like
Yeah.
that's what I kind of want in a film.
Okay.
You want to actually
I want to
feel something, right? So
Yeah, but
Right.
it's weird because everyone's like, "Oh, do you not have any emotions like in real life?" And I was like, "I do. I'm so emotional in general. So I
Yeah.
feel things all the time at like 100%. But
I'm
I
the
don't know.
Okay.
same way.
We got to do some episodes then, Jasmine, where you bring it, you bring the
Bring
heat,
the
you bring the
emotion.
hardest, and you subject us to it, and we're like,
Maybe.
oh man, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
I
try.
mean,
But like
I
I like
like that aspect of it.
but there's like mainstream thing. Maybe not mainstream, but like Mother, for example. I thought that one made me feel like angst, like the whole film. Not angst, but like
Okay,
anxiety. I
Yeah.
was just like,
right.
it was like, just why are there people in her house? Why won't they leave? And like I was like on my edge like the whole time. I was so annoyed
Yeah.
Yeah,
the whole
Aronofsky's
film.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
And
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
oh, you
really
haven't
good.
seen it?
It's
Oh, you
beautiful,
should watch
beautiful
it.
film, man.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's so
I
stressful. It's
It
so
is.
yeah.
About that
stressful to
part, right?
watch.
When they're like in the kitchen and they're like sitting on
Yeah.
the and the
Yeah.
water's like spring, it's like leaking out everywhere, and they're just like, yeah.
You need to watch
Okay.
it.
Okay. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I haven't had a good track record with Aronofsky,
Mm.
but
Really?
I'll check it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love him, man.
He's not one of my faves, to be honest, but I'll
Which
give it a
one? Which
shot
one? What's
because
your favorite then of him, or do you not like any
oh
of them?
no, I don't like his films that I've seen, but I have heard from so many friends that say no, but Mother's the one you'll like.
What? Because
Okay,
everyone
I
hates
think
Mother.
Yeah, that's funny.
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
just the people that I guess know me and
Maybe,
are
yeah.
into like weirder films.
You didn't
Yeah,
like The
I don't know.
Wrestler, even? That's like normal.
I haven't seen that one. That one
Okay.
I've only
Or
seen
Pie.
Black Swan. I saw Pie.
You didn't like Black
I
Swan?
saw.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I thought
You
that
don't like
movie.
Requiem for a Dream? Wait, what?
I liked it. I liked Requiem for a Dream when I first saw it, and then I think over the years I kind of lost interest in it. But I think also too, I just seeing him in interviews and stuff. I've always been like, oh, I don't like this guy,
I've never
but you
seen
know,
him in
it's
an
okay.
interview.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I prefer Olaf Ittenbach.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Speaking of which, because we are speaking about Olaf,
Yeah.
this whole episode, he has a new movie coming out,
Yes.
and I'm excited. I want to see it. I think he has two movies coming out.
Yeah, one's
The
a
one
one's
that
or is he a director for both? So Godforsaken is in post production according to IMDb,
Mm,
and Levitia is in production.
okay.
yeah, Levitsia is the one I've heard about. I've seen like images and I think I saw a trailer. It's funny how he just keeps going back to a lot of the same kind of imagery and concepts because I feel like majority of his films have involved some form of like a flashback period
Yes,
piece.
that's
And then-
he does that. That's just his little signature,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. And religion. There's a lot of religion.
Yeah, like cults and things
yeah,
like that.
that's true. I'd love to interview him.
And usually
honestly.
him in underwear
And dicks.
somewhere in the movie.
Yeah.
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 Always a dick
And
involved as
Savage
well.
Love. What's that?
There's usually a dick involved
Yeah.
and getting like spliced.
You gotta have if you're showing a woman naked the entire film. To me, it's like you have to have at least 5 dicks to make up for
the
that.
dick
Yeah.
Right? I
hip
mean,
ratio.
you gotta keep
right.
it even. Like everyone was freezing on this set,
Mm-hmm.
not just the
Yeah.
women.
I hope he films it in the same way in his new ones, though. You know,
Like digitally.
dick from like an under angle. Objectify the dick.
taint cam.
Yes. Yeah,
the
exactly.
taint.
Taint
Bend
cam.
over.
I think there's probably the closest thing to that in Savage Love. The opening credit sequence is like titles on like bare flesh.
Mhm.
And I remember thinking like I couldn't figure out if it was the like almost naked guy doing like yoga or
It was
something.
on that woman's.
Or there was like a woman. It was like
It was a
it was
woman.
so confusing.
Yeah, it was a woman, and
It was a woman? Okay. I couldn't tell.
it felt like he didn't even shoot that. It felt like what it is. He went on some kind of like stock footage website, and then
Yeah.
one of lady, sitting nude in her bed, and then zoomed it in,
Right.
and superimposed all these names over
Yeah.
her body.
Okay. That reminds me of something. and I'm sorry if this is a spoiler for you, Jasmine, for Savage Love, but who was Pumpkin? Was Pumpkin the guy's daughter or girlfriend or wife?
I don't remember. Dude,
Do you know what I'm talking about? He kept being on the phone, being like
I was
Pumpkin and talking to her,
kind of like
and it was like a running gag in the
it's like a
film.
comatose state almost the whole movie, man. It was just so bad.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
maybe don't
also
watch it,
another thing,
Jasmine.
I wonder if he does it on purpose.
Does
So
what on
like
The
purpose?
this so that the
badness.
violence hits harder.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, the violence. Yeah, but
Huh.
the like. Does he make it bad on purpose, or does it accidentally become bad?
I don't know why anyone would intentionally do savage love like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I think you.
Have any of you watched Legend of Hell?
no.
No,
It's like a
no.
medieval movie, but without a budget. So it's like really bad. It's really bad.
Oh
But
Legend of
man.
and
Hell.
yeah, it's like set in like medieval days, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Oh wow, 2.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
it's
That's
rough.
generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one I even
Wow.
watched in company, and it was still rough with
Wow.
booze.
Oh, that's an Olaf film.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
and yeah, so like
Hmm.
when you make that kind of film, like there has to be some sort of self consciousness when you're
Okay. I see what you're
watching it.
saying.
Not when you're watching it, when you're
Yeah.
making it. Especially when you have actors who aren't, you know, either directed to act in a certain way or aren't acting in the way that they
Hmm.
This
as
looks
a
dreadful, man.
higher it is
You know.
yeah, I don't want to like speak too bad about it, but it is pretty bad. And in these
Well.
cases when
Yeah.
films are like bad, is it on
Yeah.
purpose? Is it made like in not when I say shitty, I don't mean like, shitty, but like is it made in that sort of yeah, let's make a crappy, trashy underground, sort of like street trash, it's trashy, but it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
And always, I did realize that if it was it Black Past or was it the or was it Promotos? I can't remember. Where people just like came into the room and was like, "Hey, you got to do this," and just like closed the door and left. It was
Hmm.
so unnatural. It was
That
just like
works.
they just like busted through the doors all the time, and we're just like, "Hey, you gotta go this. Oh, no, mom, don't come in, don't look at me." And then they close the door, and then like the next person comes in,
Yeah.
and it's so like
Oh
out of
man.
place. And then they're not even like they're just like reading. They're like, "It is dinner time right now." It's like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
I just think
You
stale.
just you just reminded me of the beginning of Savage Love, when they introduced like the actual main characters was so tasteless. Jerry, do you remember it? So basically, the two friends that the film follows, one of them bursts in on the other guy, like just walks into his apartment and he's just fully jerking off to like a catalog of clothing,
yeah,
like
yeah, I
women
remember.
clothes. It was really weird.
Just
It was just like, what? Why are you starting your movie like this? This is not funny. And the
uh,
guy walks in on him and he's like, what? Don't you knock? Like, Olaf. And it just goes down. It just goes downhill from there. Yeah.
what makes me laugh though sometimes? Like I'm like rolling my eyes, but I'm laughing a little bit inside because I know he's behind the camera laughing his ass off at his
Yeah,
joke. Like
yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
the guy thinks it's probably like the funniest thing
Yeah.
ever. So whatever.
And you also have to
Hmm.
think like he's from another culture,
Yeah,
and German humor is
Yeah.
very different from American humor or even Swedish humor. Like there are some like similar elements in like Swedish and German culture, but it's still like different. And that's why also you can feel the sort of like style, like you can see the similarities between like Necromantic and this film, or like
hmm
what's his face, what's his name, Butgerite's films. Even though Butgerite's films might be
depressing.
more I would
Sophisticated?
say sophist. serious.
I would say I don't know. I've
Yeah.
only seen Necromantic. I think
Yeah,
that's the only
I'm
one.
not a big
Oh no,
fan
and
of Necromantic. I don't like it.
Shram.
I love Shram.
Shram is really good.
Shram. Yeah, I love Shram.
Shram is dark. There's some
Um,
images in that I have not been able
yeah,
to erase from my
I
mind.
like that one. That's my favorite film of his. But I'm not like
Yeah.
a big fan of his films. But I get why
Okay.
people like them.
Huh.
I think. It reminded me. There was a movie night that we watched. I think it was like 3. You'll see it on my letterbox because I think I reviewed like 3 or 4 in a row. From
Both great.
yeah,
Okay.
it just was like
Fun night.
yeah, it was heavy, man. I was like, I don't know why I put myself through that, but yeah, his movies are great though. Still, I think that's why I was able to do it, just because of like
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah, like he has
really
some nice
good.
imagery. Like I like in Der King, the like sort of like where it's like growing. There's like scenes in between things where there's like this dead body.
He
that
likes
just
That
like
sounds cool.
there's
pose
stuff-
like
yeah.
I need to see
death
that.
and life
Decomposing and
against
stuff.
each other.
Yeah. Like though I like his
Cool.
imagery, but I feel like the same with Necromantic. Like it was supposed to be really serious, I felt, but then at the end, I was just like, "This is ridiculous." And it's
Part
just
1, right,
stupid.
where he's like masturbating.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
I
then
loved
like
it.
there's the
Confetti of
cat
jizz
scene,
just
and like
comes out.
there's like real, animal shit
Oh,
going
yeah.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
like
is
the
that like a
bunny.
deal breaker for you?
Yeah, I can't do when they do it like with
Okay.
animals for real. Like if
Yeah, no,
if they've taken footage that's already been like filmed somewhere, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when they actually like take in an animal to kill it,
Yeah.
I thought that's what they
it's
did,
not.
though. I thought for that
They
movie,
did
Yeah,
for
I
the
think they
bunny.
did that.
I thought
I don't know about the cat, but the bunny.
the bunny.
The
was-
cat?
The bunny was.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was.
The
Wait,
bunny
was it a cat?
It
What
takes the
cat?
cat and like drowns it in the bathtub or whatever.
I don't remember that.
No, I think he puts it in a
Does
garbage
something
bag.
with it.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think
I don't think it's a
anything
real.
happened with the
Yeah,
cat.
I don't think so. But the
Yeah.
bunny is definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was like a farm
that was
or
a
something
farm.
that they. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a farm, but that was filmed for the film.
Oh, was it really?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
Second-
I mean,
second- in that regard as well. Like, right? They show the seals. I can't even remember what it was. Or sea lions.
what's
Yeah.
this?
Sea lions,
What's this
right?
movie?
Necromantic
What movie?
2. They do the same. They all like sit around, gather
Yeah.
around, and start watching like
they sit and they're watching. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I haven't
I
seen
prefer
that yet.
2 to 1.
Yeah, other
Actually,
than that, I actually didn't watch the like the animal stuff and 2. I remember getting really lightheaded, so I was just kind of left the room.
Wow.
Yeah, and once it was over, I came back. But yeah, I remember liking everything else about 2 more than 1.
Yeah.
The ending 2 was insane.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like a good ending.
Yeah. But like his films are more I don't want to say thought out, but like
Yeah.
I guess sophisticated is the word. More
Let's roll with
artsy.
it.
More artsy.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Olaf is not really an artsy guy.
He's jerking off. Look.
Oh, the sound effect too is like, oh no, and the catalog is just
There's another jerking off scene. I don't know if it's Prometheus or if it's Black Past, where it's like
Prometheus had the.
There's like someone,
Okay.
and it's like extremely quick, and it's like a really, really squishy sound while he's doing it, and it's just like
I like the booger scene in that personally. That was so gross. The like he's like rolling between his fingers and yeah.
Out of everything in that movie, that was by far the most disgusting sequence.
Yeah.
Probably in his entire filmography, man.
so sensitive,
It was
Jeremiah.
rough. Yeah.
Oh, like pew 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 pew, and then like it lands on her tongue. It was so
Yeah, it's rough.
messy. Oh god,
That's gnarly. Yeah.
You're so weird
well, we
about
should.
some things.
I don't think that's that's too weird. Like I get it,
That and
but
spit. I can't do spit for some reason.
me
Really?
too. Yeah, I'm kind of weird about spit as well. Yeah, it kind of weirds me out.
It depends on the type of spit. It depends on the type of spit, in my opinion. Like porn spit.
Porn
I don't know
spit.
what to
Whoa.
call it. Like that type is fine.
Sexual spit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, saliva as lubricant.
Yeah.
Well, we should wrap this up because I believe Jerry's got to go off and see John Wick 4 in 7 minutes or something. So
Yeah, I
we
gotta
should
go
give
to
you
bed.
time to. Yeah, you got to go to bed. I got to go eat dinner.
Yeah.
But this was fun. We're all like talking across the globe. So
Yeah, this was really cool.
Mhm.
Maybe next time, if we ever revisit, we could get Olaf himself on here and get some answers.
Well, I wondered if he speaks English.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
You think so? Okay.
He's I mean, he does all the English films, so
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you did say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he speaks it, but I think so.
Maybe we can
Pretty
get a
certain.
translator or something, or
Yeah,
I don't know. This is getting ambitious. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Track him
I
down
can always
first.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll just hit him up on
Yeah,
Instagram.
that's it. Slide into his DMs.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Slide into his DMs.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we'll wrap it up then. But yeah, thanks for the chat, guys, and yeah, we'll be back soon.
Yes. Thank
Everyone
you.
have a good night.
You too.